Hey everybody, it's Whitemojowolf. Today we are going to review Quantum Break. Quantum Break was the first game I did a complete playthrough on this channel. It was chosen by you, and I want to thank you all for choosing such a great game. We kind of had a tie from that first list. I think it was like 4 or 5 games, and I got a hat out. We kind of did the drawing, and then one of them just naturally popped out, and I was like, maybe it's Destiny. So I picked up the little slip, and it said Quantum Break. I thought, all right, let's get started. And then for about this time last month, I think, is when I started playing that game. And what I would do was I would record it on Sundays, and then doctor the videos and publish them 3 days a week or something. Spent a lot of time editing those things. And then toward the last 2 streams, I just decided, you know what? Why don't I just live stream them? And those turned out to be pretty successful. A lot of people chimed in and enjoyed it, and that's why I decided, I really like the live streaming part of gaming. Yeah, you're not getting the 1080p video, but the games are kind of secondary. I'm just playing the games. The streams are for you guys to come in and hang out and talk and chat. I'll chat with you guys. It doesn't matter if I have to sit and pause the game for 20 minutes and talk to y'all. Hey, that's fine with me. But, yeah, Quantum Break. I told you guys I was going to review it this week, and I kind of thought of 3 main categories we're going to do. We're going to do the graphics, the gameplay, and then the, what was the other G? Gosh. It was graphics, gameplay, and, game loop. Game loop. That's kind of a term I made up myself. So first, the graphics. They look great. The game was made in 2015, and I think it was released in 2016. It's both a live action episodic game that they went to Hollywood, recorded the episodes, and it's also a Xbox One game, and the graphics look very good for today. There's some games that came out this year that don't even look that good, and I think it did great. Visually, it translated very well to streaming, and on the Xbox, I had no issues playing on my Series S and the monitor. And then I made a copy of it and put it on the Series X last night, and I tried it in there, and man, it looks good. Runs real smooth. The graphics are about the same, but it just runs a little more smoother on the Series X. But that's probably because it has a lot better hardware in it. But yeah, graphics, great job. Oh no, it was graphics, it was gameplay, and it was the general plot. That's what it is, gameplay. That's where I kind of add in the game loop. So each video game, all the way back to the arcade machines, had this thing called a gameplay loop. It's basically, this is the loop of actions you are doing with this game throughout the whole game. Pac-Man, you're running away from the ghost, and then you're eating the ghosts. Games like Madden NFL, you're taking a football team, you're doing plays, you're winning a game. Call of Duty, you spawn on a map, you play some kind of objective, defeat the other team, and you win. It's called a gameplay loop. And some games have a better gameplay loop than others, and this game had a pretty good loop. It had just as much exploration, wandering, kind of looking around at stuff. It had a pretty good amount of combat, with the guns and stuff. And usually with games like that are first-person shooters, I think sometimes it's okay, we get the point, we're shooting these guys, pow, 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 pow. Uncharted 1. And let's get with the game now. We get it. There's bad guys. They're wanting to stop us. All right, let's take a couple waves of them and just move on. I think Quantum Break respected your time very well with that, and kudos to that. Now the last mission, my main gripe about the whole game was just there was a difficulty spike there, and I'm not really going to hold that against Quantum Break, because I think some of it was me trying to force 2 weeks worth of streaming into one day, and then yeah. And then all the other stuff going on right now, so I'm not going to knock that against Quantum Break. But I want to take just a second and brag about these sparkling seltzer things that you get at Walmart. They're pretty good. I need a drink. My throat's dry. Okay, there we go. So, other than that, man, I feel like I'm talking to myself. That's why I said that. It's like, yeah, other than that, man, like I'm looking directly at me when I'm filming this. So, other than that, the other thing I wanted to talk about, the gameplay aspect of it, like the platforming was fine. You could kind of tell where to go, and you had enough tools in the game. It's like if you kind of got sidetracked, it's like, hey, dummy, go up there. I like that in games. I really do, because, as we get older, it's just like, you know, the games that have too much going on, too many mechanics to learn, I don't like those anymore. I just want to be able to kind of get lost in the game and not really have to struggle and get frustrated, because it's like when I play games, I'm playing them to relax ultimately. I don't mind a little bit of a challenge like Elden Ring or something, but the thing about Elden Ring is like you can always just leave it and come back. So Quantum Break, the big thing is the general plot, general story. I thought it was very interesting. So the game, essentially, without giving too much away, is about an experiment gone wrong, and what it does is it causes a fracture in time and spawns this event called the end of time, because they're messing with, they're going through a time machine and messing with events, and turns out time is supposed to be linear. You're not supposed to mess with it, but when you do, it causes all sorts of stuff. And if you want kind of an idea on that kind of thing, you can go watch Loki on Disney Plus. I mean, they explore a lot of the same topics, and Doctor Who used to do that before then. So it was kind of interesting to see what their take was on the whole time element. And of course, if you listen to the conspiracy theorists out there, they think that CERN machine, the machine up there at CERN, particle collider, is messing with time as well. Like Fruit Loops is FRUITLOOPS instead of FROOTLOOPS. Mandela effect. So it's kind of interesting to see how the game took that, and the story was great. Like the decision making, some of it, to me, some decisions were easier to make than others. It felt like the further we got into the game, the decisions got a bit tougher. But I felt like I was able to kind of rationalize it and put a good story together for everybody. I thought, kind of in closing here, it was a great game. When I do these reviews, I'm going to do kind of like the comment, is it Whitemojowolf approved or not? And the answer is yes. I give it a solid thumbs up. Whitemojowolf approved. It's on Game Pass, so if you have an Xbox and you have Game Pass, just go download it. It's made by Xbox. You'll enjoy it. And I never really saw it in stores, but I think it's just for Xbox. I could be wrong, but it was made by Xbox Game Studios, and usually they don't make their games on PlayStation. But if it is, go check it out. It's a 10-hour game. Just keep that in mind. It's short and sweet. There's not a whole lot of side content to do, so I'd spend $20 max on it. Other than that, it's a pretty good game. But I could see kind of why the reception wasn't so good back then, but I don't think it was the game's fault. You got to remember, the Xbox One came out and it was nothing what people wanted. Even though I think it was kind of at the wrong place and the wrong time, the Xbox One is. I think if something like that came out today, a lot of people liked it. It was real heavy on being an all-in-one entertainment system and embracing streaming side by side, feeding raw data to you, talking to it, getting things booted. It was kind of ahead of its time. And it doesn't really help that when they were announcing the console, like that's kind of when all the Edward Snowden and the WikiLeaks stuff came out, and people were kind of paranoid about having like that little Kinect camera in their room listening to what they do. Yeah, I think Xbox did great. You see right there, got a little Xbox sign from Stacy Fletcher. So other than that, it's Whitemojowolf approved, guys. It's a great game. It's a great first playthrough. I don't remember who recommended it, but I want to thank you. It was a great game. And we might try some more games like that on a different playthrough. But I'm looking forward to playing my next two games. I don't know if I'm going to start playing this game right after they announce this or not. So Elden Ring's pretty much my next general playthrough. I don't know. Elden Ring's going to be like, how far can we get on it without getting frustrated? And then the second full game I'm going to play is actually my friend Peppa Pig. So, thank y'all for watching. Whitemojowolf signing out. Bye.